Welcome back. The last few weeks I've tried to make some new box design. I made a lot of video about it in my language, Danish. Let's put some light on. Because we have this very high housing prices. We have very, very high housing prices in many big capitals around the world. Then we have this Japanese style capsule hotels. We have this boxes, capsule hotels in two floors, 2 layers. When people are rent, but that's smaller size. But I think to make some larger size box, you need some living space. You need to have a little space for your clothes or backpack and food. You need to have space for boxes with clothes like this. Clothes and personal stuff. That's something, a box like this, 2.6 meters, 6 square meters. That's the inside is about 2.5 meters. And you have two bed like this size. We have this crazy high housing prices in many capitals. If you like to buy apartment, it's getting more expensive every year. Only very rich people have like millions of dollars can afford to buy a small apartment, and then the renting price is getting up. The people owning the apartment, the buildings, they're renting the apartment out more expensive every year. So low-income people and older people on a fixed income with like pensions, social security pensions, they cannot afford to pay many thousands of dollars in rent a small one-room apartment. But you can build some larger boxes in two floors. And then you have, of course, you share a kitchen and bathroom. You share a kitchen and bathroom and like a TV or the cafe or a cantina. You can buy food. So you have a large room with a lot of boxes. Then you have your private space. You have your private space not in a room like this. Like this room you could divide in 2 boxes. They already do that in the future. Like if you split this room in 2 boxes, 2 people can share a box, and then you can have a small table. Or in a living room, you can have 2. This is actually 3 meters. This one is 3 meters and this 2 meters wide. So this box is actually smaller. That's 2.6 meters. So this large box is actually smaller. It's a little bit shorter, but a little bit wider. No, a little bit. But I've tried to make a longer box. You can a folding box, a box you can take apart and put up in a forest or inside a building. A larger box, 1.5 meters, 3 meters long. But then you have like 20 seats, 150 centimeters, 75. And then I think I make it even a little bit larger. I just call a party box. It's just that's the same, but a little bit wider. The sheet is 80 centimeters high and 160. Then 20 sheets, just a little bit larger. You can sit 20. You have a small table. You have a small table like 40 centimeters. Small table and 20 small chairs like this. You can sit down this end of the box. You can open up end of the box like a smaller roof. So you can do all, and that's a small box. Small box, one person, 1.2 meters. That's 10 sheets of 120 centimeters. Actually, you can make this a little larger, like 140. You can do that, but I need to have, and then have to make a smaller one, like small as possible. We need to have a small box for one person, very light one, like 5 kilos, a light box. But I not have the money to build all this now because I'm still paying off my debt. But it not cost any money to make this drawing. So later, like next year, I will start buy stuff. I can build a test box. Buy some cheap sheets. I think you call it cartridges. I'm going to buy something like this with a wooden frame just to make some test boxes to test the size. I think you call this a cartridge. No, not I don't know what you call it in English. I think you call it, I'm not sure. But stuff like this, and then a wooden frame. Just a simple wooden frame or plastic frame, just to keep the box a little bit stiff. But I'm not going to spend my money to do that. I could build it in my apartment. Could build a small box like this, or the larger one. This 3 meters. But not now because I'm still paying off my credit card debt every month. And I try to make up. I need to have a saving. I need to have a saving on my bank account, few $1,000s. No, I need to have some money on my bank account always. Some emergency money. I need to have few $1,000s if I lose my apartment, because I not own my apartment, or I can lose my Danish pension. I can lose my Danish rehabilitation pension, and they make some super low benefit. The Danish SVM government, they make some super low benefit in Denmark, like $1,000. $1,000 before tax for single unemployed people. You get like 6,800 Danish kroners before tax, and after tax is much less, like $700-800. But my rent, my rent and heating is close to $1,000. This apartment I have to pay close to $1,000, include heating, around $900. so the benefit is much lower. It's like $150 more low. So if I lose my Danish rehabilitation pension, I can not pay my rent this apartment. And I not really have I not have any bigger saving. I have little money on my bank account, but not many thousands of dollars. But you have a tent. But in my country, Denmark, it's not legal. You cannot put up tents in a city or on the pavement or on the parks, public parks. You cannot put up a tent like this in a public park. I got many tents. I have a large tent for 5 persons. I never put up. This is an expensive tent, this one. That's tent for 5 people, cost, I don't know, $400 tent. But you cannot put a tent up like this on the pavement or in public park because the police will arrest you. This tent is very big. I have a smaller tent. So I have to buy a really good tent. I have to buy a really good small tent for and very light, a tent you use for hiking. Hiking tent you have in a backpack. A very lightweight hiking tent you can have in a backpack, a large backpack. I need to get it for emergency, and a very good sleeping bag. Very good sleeping bag. So in emergency I have somewhere I could sleep. I don't have this yet. Of course the cheap tents for 2 persons, they're very heavy. They weigh like 5 kilos, and the expensive one weighed like less 3 kilos, around 3 kilos. But they cost a lot more. They cost $500 or more. Could cost $1,000. Can cost $1,000 a small special tent. A special very lightweight hiking tent. Can cost $1,000. So this is why I did not buy it. But I made these drawings, but now I have to try build some boxes in the future.